this program, viewer discretion is advised.
Rescuer, my favorite polar bear on YouTube. Jill Powers, the River Daughter, the immortal Ghost Rider. The Lady, Arwen Avalon, and Gun Buddy and Shockwave. Puddle Jumper! Justin Davalina, she's on time, y'all! Roll Tide, Keely Chow, Roll Tide, brother! Project Cambridge! The Wicked Wrench of the East Project Story Time. The DJ of DJs, DJ Ronnie G. It's time to wake the neighbors' boys with Southern Viking. The alien of aliens, the Robium. The Muppet from another puppet showback, TJC. Elizabeth Young. Great googly moogly, it's positive Kandar. Shit Bomber 2.0. Walter Tomascu. Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Taco Tuesday here on Mornings of Mischief. I'm your host, Stone Loki. Good morning, everybody. Matt, what is up? Good morning, my friend. Good morning. How's everybody out there doing? Juliet, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Holy crap. Who else do we got? Do we got anybody else? Do we got the Jester of Sin? Alina's Jester of Sin. Good morning, my friend. Good morning. Everybody over on the Rumblings. Everybody over on YouTube. Everybody over on the Twats, the X. Good morning, everybody. Holy crap. What is up? Canadian Survivalist. Good morning, Canadian Survivalist. What is up? Good morning, everybody. Holy crap. So it's gratuitous. Last night I put up this stream, the description. I love it. As the bombs keep dropping like it's raining cats, dogs, and confused blue-haired land whales, is there any way back for studios that went full? We swapped our writers for a group of gender theory minors with a grudge against coherent plots on this Taco Tuesday with Stone Cold Loki. And then we find out in the middle of the night, everybody, of course, is already talking about it. I watched Jay's video about it this morning when I got up. I know Ryan Kennel did a video. I know that Geeks and Gamers have done a video. I know Mr. H has done a video. I'm sure Midnight's Edge are working on a video. I'm sure all of the normal characters are up right now doing videos about how Kathleen Kennedy is retiring at the end of 2025. Does that really change anything? It's fortuitous that I set this up last night and then we get all this news in the middle of the night. Olds Gamer 72 Cutlass has gifted a Loki's Mornings of Mischief membership, and that membership has gone to Overlord Barabbas. Was gifted a membership by Olds Gamer 72 Cutlass. Thank you so very much, my friend, for keeping the halls of Valhalla lit and keeping the fires burning bright This one is just for you and for Overlord Barabbas. It's time to let the Rohirrims out to play. Skull! So yes, I already know. My rumors say KK is leaving. I know. I'll believe it when I see it. Right? KK ain't going nowhere until she says so. That's right. I believe it when I see it. That's pretty much where I stand on the whole thing, and it won't change anything. This is the thing. This is exactly what Snorted Poop is bringing right here. They're gone. It's gone. I want to tell you something. Generation X is so into how they've done things, how they've lived their lives, that they still will eat a bowl of cereal for dinner and be like, damn, that was good. Believe me, I know. I had a bowl of Rice Krispies the other night for dinner. I was like, that's so good. That is so good. I get it. I get it. Generation X is attached to things that help them through a hard time, whether that is a person, whether that is a bowl of cereal, whether that is Star Wars, whether it's Doctor Who, whether it's Star Trek. Doesn't matter what it is. If it helped us get through something in our lives, we hold on to that shit and we're like, no, this is comfort. This is comforting. This is like comfort food. The problem is that they don't care about that. They never cared about that, and this isn't their shit anyway. This is somebody else's stuff. There is no respect. There's not going to be any respect shown. It's just the way it is. They've gone so far. Did anybody see the trailer for Andor? Somebody sent me the trailer. Whoever the hell did that. I don't know if it was Puddle Jumper or somebody else, but somebody sent me the trailer for see, Arlena knows I had cereal for dinner last night. That's damn straight. Why? Because it's the cornerstone of any nutritious dinner is a bowl of cereal. Someone sent me the trailer. I just don't care. Oh, look how good this looks. It sounds like ass. We know Cassian isn't in any kind of danger. Why do we know? Because we know where he dies. We know when he dies. It was the dumbest idea ever to, let's go ahead and make an Andor show. All of this TV shit has done nothing but water everything down. It's watered everything down, and it's pissed people off. Look at Captain America. Look at the latest Captain America flop, Captain Falcon. Call it whatever you want. I don't really care. Call it whatever you want. Call it Captain Falcon. Call it Captain America. Call it whatever. Call it just Falcon. Call it the sequel to the Hulk without the Hulk in it. Call it whatever you want to. It's dead. It's DOA. It had what? A one decent weekend, and then it dropped 70%? Nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit. Why? Because they've absolutely trounced all over the brand, and the people that would have supported it, well, you're all ists, obes, and yahtzees anyway, so you don't really matter. What does it matter? What does it matter? He died. Spoilers, dude. If you haven't seen Rogue One, I don't know what to tell you. I do not know what to tell you if you haven't seen Rogue One. That's not like spoiler news. That's been around for years. That happened before all the junk went into the trunk over at Lucasfilm. The captain who hates America. Thank you, shit farmer. Guess what? Nobody cares anymore. Nobody cares. They watered down Marvel with TV show after TV show after TV show of crap. It's been crap. It's been absolute crap. Did KK ruin Star Wars? Not by herself. Why? Because they have no respect for the brand. They didn't make the brand. Look, almost everything you've got from Disney is all stuff that was written and done by other people. Okay, they've been at this for a long time. Snow White, go back and look at Snow White. Look at the original Snow White compared to the new Snow White. Okay, it wasn't their story. The story had already been done. They took it and they changed it and they made a movie out of it. Were they successful? Yes. It was a different time too. We've got weird girl running around. Oh, it was such a different time. Yeah. When they could actually make a good movie. Okay. Marvel and Star Wars suffer from the exact same fate of you diluted it with all of this bullshit. No one cares anymore. Guess what? When we talked about Deadpool, Wolverine, I had at least 3 or 4 people message me and go, I couldn't keep track of what this was, because you had to watch all this bullshit in either the Loki series, this series, or another series and know what's going on. A lot of people had no idea about the Fox references because they didn't watch any of the Marvel Fox shit. They didn't watch Fantastic Four. They had no idea why Chris Evans was playing Johnny Storm. They had no clue. They thought that was something new he was going to be doing, not something that he'd already done. It doesn't matter. None of it matters. Why? Because they've done all this damage to it, and it's impossible to get back, put the genie back in the bottle. You let it out. You let it out, man. 4 stick. Exactly. You don't want to do your Disney Plus homework. No, you don't. Why? Because I don't want to watch those stupid shows. How many people here think they're going to make an Acolyte movie? I think they're dumb enough to. Absolutely. The power of 1, the power of 2, the power of too many chances. And what do you got left? You're a joke. Guess what? Star Wars is a joke. Marvel is a joke. They are not the giant powerhouses they were. Why are they not the giant powerhouses they were? Because of the choices you made. First of all, you attacked your audience. You went after your audience and you called them a bunch of ifs, ohs, yahtzees, and all this other stupid shit just because they didn't like something. They gave you your honest opinion. Look, dude, you're off track. This isn't going to work. And it should be fun. Thank you, Eastland Burkholder. It should be fun. You should be watching it and excited. I watched Winter Soldier the other night. It's a damn good movie. I watched Thor the other night. It was good, especially compared to the shit you've got today. Hell, Dark World is a better movie than it was when it came out. Why? Because we've been subjected to all this nonsense and all this crap. Who wants that? Who wants to deal with that? Oh, I'm Captain Kirk, message from Starfleet Command, top priority. And my phone won't shut up. Well, that takes care of that. Why are we at this point? We're at this point because they just didn't respect it and they didn't care about it. And they didn't care about you either. They didn't care about you. They didn't care about what you wanted. They didn't care about how you felt about it. They just said, no, we're going to go in this really weird direction. And if you don't like it, you're not a real fan. What? Remember that. Because that was flying. That got thrown at EBN. That got thrown at Star Wars Theory. That got thrown at all these Star Wars channels that make content about Star Wars and just milk that shit for all it's worth. You're not real fans unless you're on board with all of this bullshit. Guess what? You have taken a dump on the people that went to see your movies, that paid your bills. And they won't look at it like that. They never look at it like that. They don't work to bring you something good. They work for their paycheck from this guy. That's what they use to defend it. Oh, well, I get paid by Disney. I don't get paid by you. Why do you think you still have a job at Disney? Because guess what? If none of these movies are making any money, they're going to get rid of you. At least that's what they should do. They haven't. They got rid of what's her name that did the Acolyte. They got rid of her. That was a giant snooze fest. No one gave a shit about that. No one cared. Oh, space witches that make babies. Lesbian space witches that make babies. Yay. Everybody wants to tune into Star Wars, where lesbian space witches make babies using the Force. They're the ones who originally came up with the idea of doing this. Plagueis learned everything he knew from a woman, because of course he did. And that's how Anakin was created. Okay, sure. And that makes a lot of sense. Way to go. Way to go. How many of these people that have been making this, that have been, force scissoring for the win. Thank you, Shellback. Because they're all Karens. I don't know if you noticed that or not, but they're all Karens. They're all the head of some HOA division. They're all the ones with the haircut that's almost like a rooster tail. Well, scissor me timbers. Thank you, Zero. Thank you, Shelly. It's all the same. It's crap, and they know it's crap. They know it's crap. I want to tell you something. You can train someone to do a job. I believe that. You can train someone to do almost any job. But creativity comes from something in here that screams create. Just look at a Dega Outlaw. Look at a Dega's books. Look at evolution. Look at all the things he's done. All that came from this desire in here to create. It came from imagination. Imagination turned into creation. And he created something awesome. If you don't have that spark, you can write all day. You can direct all day. You can do whatever all day. It still doesn't give you that spark. It still doesn't give you that drive to create something special. You can't teach that. It has to come from in here. So if you're going to film school, if you're going to classes to learn how to write, if you're doing all this stuff, guess what? You're not guaranteed anything because it has to come from within here. You can hire these people straight out of school. You can be like, oh, we're going to support this. We're going to support that. We're going to have so many Asian writers. We're going to have so many lesbian writers. We're going to have so many bi writers. We're going to have so many of these writers. We're going to have so many people that want to make love to toasters like Lando. It doesn't matter what their orientation or anything is. All that matters is, are they good at what they do? That's it. And if they're not, why are you giving them keys to multi-billion-dollar IPs and saying, oh, go play in our playground? Because you feel bad? Because that's DIE? Is that it? DIE for the win? Is that where we're going? No. What's up, Adam? Good morning. To be fair, it also helps that Dr. Dega is brilliant. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It helps that he knows what he's doing and what he's talking about. It helps that he knows where he wants to go and how he's going to get there. It helps that he actually has talent. Instead of, well, I sleep with this person, so I should get the job. I used to work for this person, so I should get the job. That's what you've done, KK. That is what you've done. That is what you promoted. That is what you put forward. Oh, well, they used to work for this person. They're going to do a fabulous job. Let's use them. That work out well with Leslie? Did it? I'm going to be a little ass. I'm going to be a little bit of an ass about it. Did that work out with Leslie? Did it, KK? Did it work out with Leslie? Was everything peachy keen there? The power of one, the power of two, the power of failure. What's up, Canadian Spider-Man? Good morning. Holy shit, it's earlier. Hey there, Loki. What is up, brother? It's from Puck. Okay, so everybody keeps saying that it's from the Hollywood. Hold on 1 second. Let me do. Where are you? There we go. Everybody keeps saying, "Oh well, Loki." Ugh. Ugh. It's from the Hollywood Reporter. No, this came from Puck News, and the Hollywood Reporter right here is flying off of it. Told associates plan to retire by the end of 2025. Puck reported Monday night. So this is Puck. Kathleen Kennedy just stepped down at Lucasfilm. After a mixed 13-year run, the legendary movie producer has informed Disney as well as, we'll share that tab instead, that she will exit as Lucasfilm president by the end of the year. No, I don't want to try Puck for free. Kiss my ass, Puck. Anyway, this is where they got the information, was Puck. This is what a lot of people are running with since the Hollywood Reporter followed up with Puck. So this is supposed to be at the end of 2025. I think WDW reported already that it'll be October, if this is true. This is it's just, there's no way back. I'm sorry, but there's no way back. There's no way back from what they did. There's no way back. They've run it into the ground. They run Marvel into the ground. They ran Star Wars into the ground. They've run over at Paramount. They have run Star Trek into the ground. They have run it through the mud. They don't care. Packed the set from Mark Hamill drinking titty piss from 15-Foot Puppet. Oh yeah. Amelia Clark's scroll arm. Good point. There is no coming back. It's done. You know, the question is there any way back? I'm going to throw that out. You guys can vote on it. Honestly, I'm like, no. All right. There you go. Your poll's up. Yes or no? Really simple. Can the IPs make a comeback? You tell me. You let me know. You tell me what you think. We'll give you some time to do that. I can't do one over on Rumble. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Jester and Arlena, but it won't let me do a poll on Rumble. I mean, I'm pretty much Han Solo dead, film 1, Leia dead, film 2, Luke dead. I think Luke was dead in film 2 and Leia died in film 3, but yeah, I get the point. I get the picture. Let it sit for 10 years. And that's what it needs. It needs a break. Look, if you don't want to start all over with Marvel, just give it 10 years. I mean, it's brilliant. Let it sit. Let it cool off. Let all the heat die off. Your good heat is already gone. All the goodwill you had has been spent. So what do? You pull back. Awesome, dude. Thank you. You pull back and you let it sit and then come back to it. And then, like, the world has been quiet for 10 years as we haven't heard from this. We haven't had a Hulk incident. We haven't had any of this stuff. And then you find a way to bring it back. You find a way to pull them back in. I can see that. I can understand that. I can roll with that. Star Trek needs to just erase everything that's happened since Enterprise went off the air. That simple. Kill it with fire. Forget about Picard. Forget about all that shit. Erase it from existence. Move on. Star Wars needs to move on. You can say, oh, well, they need to erase all this shit and they need to go back and they need to act like, those movies never happened and we need to get the Thrawn trilogy. Who's going to play? Who's going to play them? Look, a lot of this is just, it's never going to happen. Why? Because you're never going to get them back. You're never going to get them back in their youth. You're never going to get them back. So just do something else. Move on. Okay? You ran those characters into the ground when you did what they did. Mark Hamill continuously screws up that legacy just by opening his mouth and dropping his pants in the middle of a speech. I'm sorry, but every time Disney barks at him, he grabs his ankles and drops his trousers. I've stopped watching Star Wars and most of Star Trek, except for TOS and DS9. Yeah, pretty much that's where I'm at. We took a break for a while from DS9, and I watched a couple of the old Marvel movies, which I think the old movies are great. I think it's great all the way up until after Infinity War. Because after that, everything just kind of shit the bed. So I don't even think Infinity War is that good of a movie. You can call me crazy all you want to. The hype around it is you had all of this stuff bringing all of these people together, and this was your big payoff. This was the ultra version of Avengers. Okay? This was the culmination of all the Avenger movies, all the Marvel movies. So you've got this huge hype around it. But, and I don't care that they killed Tony. If you want to kill Tony off, I hate what they did with Cap. But bringing everybody back, I mean, it was, a lot of people felt like, Marvel, you had these big balls when you did Infinity War. Because you killed off half the cast. Half the people that were there were gone. Yeah. This is the Doctor Who's dead. Doctor Who is dead. There is no bringing it back. There is no life support. There was an article the other day that I saw that said Doctor Who has always been gay. And if you watched it, you are too. And I'm like, wow, I guess I'm really lucky I could never get into Doctor Who. That's a hell of a thing to say. Jester says, I've overdosed on TNG and DS9 lately. Having a detox with STB. Oh. Who's pooched? Why does it matter so much to people? Because like I said earlier, maybe it got you through a hard time. Maybe it got you through a bad point in your life. Maybe it's all you had for a while. Maybe when you were really down, you turned on Who and it made you feel better. So that feeling, you want that feeling to still be there. Well, guess what? They shit all over that feeling and they shit all over you when they started talking like this. Loki for Thrawn. That would have been great. Tom Hiddleston as Thrawn would have been brilliant. They'll never be that smart. And they just don't care. Pat, do you think the same person of color that taught Darth Sidious was the same person who was the first Doctor? Probably. Probably. People have walked away. I want to tell you something. For a generation of kids that grew up watching Marvel movies, for them to go, you know what, it sucks balls now, I'm out. That's something. They don't even want to watch the old shit. They don't even want to watch the shit that was good. Why? Because they feel betrayed. They feel like they've been slapped in the face. They feel like it's like, well, all this buildup and what did you give us? You give us this shit? They don't even want to watch it. So you've got the generation after them that's like, oh my God, my brother loved Marvel. I'm gonna watch him. And now they're starting to be like, I don't really care anymore. Oh, my dad took me to all the Marvel movies. I don't want to go see another one. Dad, it's okay. I don't want to go see this. Kind of dead to me now. If all of this stuff is dead and even the next generation doesn't want anything to do with it, what hope do you think you have? My dad took me to see Condor Man. I think me and him went and saw that McDonald's. What that was the McDonald's movie called that had him in it? The Founder or whatever. I think that's the last movie me and my dad went and saw. I miss going to the theater, getting a popcorn, snack, soda, and sitting in the chair when the lights dim. You can still do that. So here's the thing. Almost all the movies I see now exclusively in a theater are older movies. Why? Because I still love that experience. Adam is absolutely right. I still love that experience. I still want to have that experience. How do I get that experience? I go and see older movies. And usually the popcorn's cheaper, the drinks are cheaper, all that's cheaper because you're not going and seeing shit. Evil has no use for cinema anymore. They'll just come out with it. I'm going to tell you something. As convenient as streaming is, it is killing theaters. Nosferatu, the director's cut, is already out on Peacock. You can go and watch it on Peacock. That should be in the theater right now. Okay? After the theatrical run, you should have released the extended cut in the theater, limited time, before you brought it to any streaming service. Why? I don't have to. I can just watch it from the comfort of my own home. So the only people that would go see it are people that want that experience. And guess what you have to go and want that experience? You have to have the money to go and get that experience. Because it's not just, oh, well, I'm going to pay $8 for a ticket. Well, you pay $8 for a ticket. You pay another $8 for a ticket for your date. That's $16. You pay for popcorn and drinks. That's like $25. So already you're up to over $40. If you get any candy, you're at $50-$60. Oh, give me a box of Juju beads and give her a box of Thin Mints. Where you at? You're at $60. You're at $60 to go see a movie that you could have saw at home for your $8.99 subscription to Peacock. I wonder which one you're going to pick. Unless you really want that experience and you have the money to go blow on that experience. What hood theater is Loki going to? I'm just saying. You catch a matinee. You can go see a cheap movie. You don't catch a matinee, you're paying, $12 for tickets or up to $20 for IMAX. Guess what I like to go see movies in? IMAX. I love going to see movies in IMAX. One of the reasons why, so we went and saw, Eris had seen Dune, the first movie, on TV, but she never got to experience that in theater. Right before 2 came out, they had a limited run of Dune in theaters with the preview, like a 15-minute preview for Dune 2. So we went and saw that, and we had a pretty good time. IMAX, it's got to be in IMAX. Got to go see it in IMAX. Why? Because of the experience, the surround sound, all of that. Doesn't matter what it is, whether it's 4D, whether it's 3DX or whatever the hell they call it. You know what your IMAX experience is going to be. It's going to be the bigger screen with the flawless surround sound. Couldn't watch Nosferatu. Couldn't get past Rose Depp's hairline. Ugh. I'm still waiting for the 15-hour Excalibur director's cut. I didn't know there was a 15-hour Excalibur director's cut, Amelia. What do you do? What do you do right now? The poll's at no, 62%. 62%, 30 votes. Get your votes in. 63% say no. Don't come back. You're done. You're finished. Finito. They ruined it. Look what they did. Look what they did with Indiana. Indiana, don't make the last movie, Indiana. There's going to be one about crystal skulls. No one's going to like it. They're going to like it a lot more than the last movie you make. Indiana, just say no, Harrison. They were like, we're going to bring, this is funny. I heard this guy had to eat a bag of dicks for this one. Harrison Ford was going to be in Boba Fett, Book of Boba Fett, de-aged with Leia. And Leia was going to be pregnant with the twins from the EU. Leia was going to be pregnant with the twins from the EU, signaling that Disney screwed up and that we were in a different timeline than the mainline Star Wars movies. That's how desperate people were. That they were listening to condors and blue jays about how they were going to retcon the original Disney trilogy to bring forth all of this stuff. Now, I've been hearing those rumors forever and ever and ever. I used to have a guy constantly sending me updates and shit. And I was just like, I can't verify any of this. I can't use it. Why can't you use it? It's good information because I can't verify fucking any of it. And I'm not going to go on my channel and be like, oh, well, Han and Leia are going to be there and they're going to de-age Harrison Ford and they're going to de-age, they're going to de-age this woman to make her look like Carrie Fisher and blah, 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 blah. No, I'm not. And she'll be pregnant with twins. It's going to erase the Disney trilogy and reset the timeline because of Ahsoka and Filoni and all of this horse shit that I'm just like, they should remaster the classic Sword and Sorcery in their Harryhausen films for IMAX. Dragon Slayer, Excalibur, Legend, Clash of the Titans, Jason the Argonauts. Print money. They do. Last time I saw Excalibur in the theaters, I think it was at Alamo. It was at Alamo Draft House. I got to see Excalibur. I have not seen Dragon Slayer since it was, I think I saw it in a drive-in. That was a long time ago. Legend, I saw in theaters, but shit if I remember it in theater. Clash of the Titans, Jason the Argonauts. They're doing a Jason the Argonauts movie, but it's going to be all present day horseshit. So, did you see the group that wants to distribute movies to arenas? They will set up screens and put in high-end sound, sell 50,000 tickets 5 times over an opening weekend. I remember wrestling doing this at one point where you would go to a theater and you watch it on closed circuit TV. Yeah, I'm that old. So you'd go to a theater and you'd watch it on closed circuit TV. Now that was big. But I mean, if you're talking like Astrodome big, I just don't see, it's too big. You're squinting at the damn screen trying to see a screen with 50,000, 60,000, 70,000 people. It's just too big. Maybe in an arena that maxes out at like 15,000, maybe something smaller, like an event center. I can see that. I can't see 50, 60, 70,000 people. But how are you going to clean that place up and get it ready for the next group that's going to want to come in and watch a movie? I mean, the staff. I can't imagine. I can't imagine them doing that, but maybe. I don't know. Live events in theaters, not just when T Swift saved the theaters with her tour, and then Beyonce helped. I have no idea about any of the Taylor Swift or Beyonce or any of that shit drama. Project Cambrian, one of the best parts of my childhood was seeing so many of the great and cult favorites in theaters, or when they came to VHS. Exactly, Project. And they're getting rid of that. So you're getting rid of, you're making it not special. You've killed this special thing. Does anybody remember when you'd be waiting for a release? I know Snowdub does, because we were talking about this the other day. We were talking about him waiting for the release of The Thing for PS5. Remember when that was important? A physical release? How many people here went down to their stores and waited in line for midnight releases of stuff? I remember when the Lord of the Rings bookend versions came out on DVD. These were the extended editions. I was there waiting for that midnight release. I was there waiting to get my copy. I was there waiting because I was going to go home and I was going to watch them. That's exactly what we did. We did the midnight release. We came home. We usually had like a kickoff party where we had, guests over and pizza and popcorn and whatever, and we made an event out of it. How many of you can say that you do anything like that today? Oh, dude, I loved it too. I was one of the only kids left in the theater after Prime died. I mean, they were like escorting him out, bawling wrecks of children, lines of Optimus is dead. And the parents are like, oh my God, I got to take my kid and leave. And I've told this story before. My dad looked at me and was like, do you want to go? I was like, He was like, are you sure? I said, I want to see what happens. I got a chance to watch that movie with Eris in the theater. And she said, that movie is made for the ADD, ADHD generation. Because it was just watch me. Constantly something happening. It's frantic. It's a frantic movie. Am I surprised it's frantic? No, considering how they had to chop it up, what they had to do, and how they rewrote half of it on the fly. I'm not surprised at all. Hell, they were already working on cell animation for scenes that never ever happened. Okay? Starscream didn't die. A whole bunch of the Decepticons didn't die. A whole bunch of the Autobots didn't die. They did like a break, and we're going to redo a whole bunch of shit. I had the soundtrack LP to 86. Listened to it nonstop. Bought Alice Cooper's Constrictor album for the F-13 movie songs at the same time. Whew. What about that? Soundtracks. Let's talk about sound for a minute. For everybody who saw that new Andor trailer, I have no idea what music you think that was, but it's not. There is no Star Trek at all or Star Wars at all involved in that music. You have all of these options. You have all of these options that are at your disposal. You have one of the greatest, most iconic soundtracks of all time. And you're using that. I remember when we started to use copyright-free music. So I honestly, I was getting tired. I'm getting tired of fighting every single day. I did a show fighting YouTube about copyright. I have the copyright for this song. I have the copyright to use it. It's licensed. I have the license to use it on my show. Didn't matter. Same bullshit over and over and over again. Okay, well, look at all this AI shit that you can do now. I can just create music, right? Something was lost in that translation. Something was not right. Something was missing. What's missing is that opening gong, that opening track, that music that hits in the morning, that that's missing. Why? Because we've been using that for so long. It's been updated. The horns and a lot of the stuff that's in there now, it's been updated. It's been enhanced. Mr. Under a Rock did that for us, made like a super version of it. And I appreciate it. It can be enhanced, but taking it away is a wrong move. It's the wrong move. I can understand if people are like, Loki, this isn't the same as that. No, it's not. And you called me on it. And what did I do? I listened. And I said, you know what? That is us. That is so us. That there is no replacing that. It's just, it can't be replaced. So what did I do? I fought harder. Why? Because I want to keep that. If I've got to fight the claim every day, which is what I do, I fight the claim every day. And at 30 days, they release the claim. Why? Because they haven't responded and they won't respond. Why? Because they know I have a license. And they're not going to monitor it. You're not going to get a human response. You're going to get some kind of AI response. Because Shutterstock thinks we own that song. Well, not if I have a license for it. And I'll continue to fight it every single day because I'm just not going to let it go. My dad and my dad's brother went to see Top Gun Maverick in theater. As soon as the iconic music kicked in, I got goosebumps. And seeing three generations together enjoying a movie, there was no words for it. I wish I'd gotten to see Top Gun Maverick with my dad. I wish he'd have lived long enough. I want to tell you something. Because of the coof, because of all that, it screwed a lot of things up. And I remember there is a review. I don't know if it's still up there. I have to check. There was a review I did. And it was one of the first trailer reviews that I ever did. I'm going to look for it real quick. It's one of the first trailer reviews I'd ever done. And I remember sending that to him and him calling me and saying that looked great. He couldn't wait to see it. And he hoped I'd be able to come and watch it with him. He hoped I'd be able to come down because I was living in Missouri at the time. He had hoped that I would come down and watch it with him. And I don't see it. I see Joker reviews, Joker analysis. I might have taken it off. I might have gotten copyright claim for it. I just dumped it. But I remember sending that to him and talking to him about it, wanting to see it when the preview for that came out. Because it hit me. This is something that we had watched all the time. He was a Navy pilot. So of course we'd seen Top Gun. Of course we'd seen it. What's up, Kronos? What is a Loki? What is a Kronos? Loki is a mischief maker. What is a Kronos? I used to collect movie music because I loved it. And I'll curate my own music when I have my 40K readings at night before bed. The Crowd Chamber YouTube channel is my go-to channel for my story time. How many of you have switched over from streaming, from I want some remastered old Audrey Hepburn movies. I'd pay to see Charade or Breakfast at Tiffany's. Gestures, Darth Arlena. No, I absolutely agree. Bring them back to theaters. We'd love to see them. Bring these movies back. Give us a SCO and a tuck and roll from Snowdub. What's up, brother? Guys, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to this absolute degenerate on YouTube. He's got a great channel. The puppets are hilarious. I heard Chulo's coming back more of an executive next season. Who would have thought that? Who'd have ever seen that shit coming? But a big skull and tuck and roll for our brother Snowdub. Skull and tuck and roll. Punkwad, as long as he's got his suit and tie. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's gonna be the big thing. You're gonna get a different Chulo this season. You have to admit, as awful as the new Tron was, the soundtrack was freaking awesome. There was some stuff I liked about it, and there was some stuff I didn't like about it. But at least there was stuff I liked about it. The soundtrack was definitely one of the things that I loved about it. So, Daft Punk is great. And to see them like in the movie, in the helmets at the club doing their thing, I thought that was brilliant. I was like, yes, bring them in and incorporate that into your movie. You've already got them doing the soundtrack. Give them a little spot. Perfect. It's back when you used to care about things like that. We figured out what a Kronos is on Sugar and Spice, but I can't fucking remember. That's I'm gonna end the poll. If you guys want to vote now. Poll's still up. We got 32 votes. Anybody who doesn't want to vote, don't worry about it. But anyone who wants to get their votes in, get them in now because we only got a couple of minutes left, and that's gonna be it. So if you want to vote, I'll give you another minute. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. Pole dancers only at Le Puppet Hole, which apparently burned down. That dastardly El Perro de Rivera apparently burned down the puppet hole, Le Puppet Hole. So no more pole dancing. Tron was the first VHS Dad and I watched when he finally got a player. I had to fight for Tron. I think it was a little too much punk for my dad. I had to fight for that. My dad was like war movies and jet movies and anything that had jets, war. He liked sci-fi. He loved Star Trek. Star Trek was his thing. He really loved the original Star Wars movies. Those used to be an event. And you used to get excited about watching it. Okay, I'm going to end the poll. Y'all have had enough time. We got 35 votes in. And the answer is no. Poll was 68% to 31% yes from 35 votes. Can these IPs make a comeback? No. Iron Eagle. Iron Eagle. There's a reason why there's no, the majority knows in that boat. It's because they effed around and they found out. They don't appreciate you. They don't care about you. They just figured, well, we'll pass it off to this next generation that's going to support it no matter what, because you've already fed them all this content. Well, guess what? When you went to shit, people just stopped caring. Snowdub, Jolly / Punkwater for president 2028. If you do that, Jolly, Chulo wants to be border czar. Flight of the Intruder. Flight of the Intruder. So many damn good movies, dude. Firefox. Clint Eastwood. The Russian Plane. Nemlova. So many good damn movies, man. And they just don't care. They farted and they crapped on all these IPs. What about the good ones, Loki? Karate Kid was absolutely great. I can't wait to talk about that. I can't talk about that until I go on Polly's, because I said, no, I'm media blackout. So I come on your channel and talk about it. I'll refrain from giving my opinion until after we talk about it. All I'll say is watch it. Every season was good or great. So watch it. Gen Z won't go on dates. How can we expect them to go to movie theaters? IPs are screwed. Here's the thing. Never before has a generation been so aware of the knitting circle as Gen Z and Gen Alpha. Why? Because the knitting circles today are instantaneous. If a boy makes a mistake, it's not just his own bullshit he has to deal with. It's everybody else's. Why? Because within seconds, everybody knows about it. That is the power that has been put into the hands of instant social media, cell phones, all of it. Is one mistake can absolutely positively ruin you as far as your reputation and your man. Think about that. Think about the weight of that. I asked the wrong girl out and I'm doomed forever to be called a gooner or labeled or this or that or whatever. And you can easily find that. Oh, this person looked up, blah, blah, blah. So it never goes away. It's always there. Any mistake, you're constantly reminded of any mistake you make as far as like any kind of relationship goes. Disney pissed off a whole generation of teenagers that have lost all interest in Marvel and Star Wars. I've seen it firsthand. How does he know that? Because his kid hates it all. And his kid used to love it all. How do you deal with that? How do you deal with, well, my kid used to love all this shit, now they absolutely hate it. So what do? Let it go. Guess what? You're going to see a lot of videos. I've only watched one. I watched Jay's video this morning. You're going to see a lot of videos about KK being gone by the end of the year. You're going to see a lot of videos about Kathleen Kennedy steps down. You're going to see a lot of videos about all this shit. Don't believe it until you actually see it. That's exactly what Jay said this morning. Do not believe it until you actually see it. Great old movie that it's hard to find, The Siege of Firebase Gloria. True story. Badass Marines. Hell, even if I was single right now, I wouldn't be going on dates. F that. It ain't worth the risk. Yes, I know what Gooner is. I know what Gooner is. They'll call you that anyway, whether you're doing it or not. Ryan's video was good. I haven't seen Ryan's video. So I just saw Jay's video this morning. That's it. Because I just don't care. I wanted to see what Jay said because I have respect for Jay. I know Geeks and Gamers came out with something. I didn't have time to watch that. I know RK came out with something. Ryan had a video out. I guess that's what Pat S was talking about. I didn't have a chance to watch that. I had, 10 minutes while I was eating my bowl of cereal this morning. So Jay's video was like 8 minutes and change. I turned on that and watched that. And he said, you know what? First thing right off the bat, I'll believe it when I see it. That's what I take from this. I'll believe it when I see it. Why are we that just about all of it? Because we've been here before. All of us. We have been here before. We've seen all this nonsense. We've lived it. So, cereal is bad for you. You need more bacon. So, yeah, I was sitting here eating a bowl of Rice Krispies, watching Jay's video, and I was just like, there's nothing there that we haven't heard before. Can you trust Puck to report honestly on the situation? No. Certain sources within Disney. Is this Condor? Is this menacing Condor? Is it squawking Blue Jay? Who the fuck is it now? What source is it now? I'm sorry, but honestly, I'm worn out with all this shit. Okay? I'm tired of hearing about Condor. I'm tired of hearing about Blue Jays. I'm tired of hearing about squirking sparrows. I'm tired of the nonsense. Why? Because we've lived it for 5 years. And I'm sick of it. But you know what I'm even more sick of? I'm sick of these companies thinking, oh, we'll just pivot and everything will be okay. You've already run it into the ground. So I've got to agree with chat. 68% said no. Can these IPs make a comeback? No. I'm with you guys. Am I cynical? You're damn right I am. But there's a reason why I'm cynical. There's a reason why I am not agreeable a lot in the morning. Because we've been here, we've done this, we bought the t-shirt, we've seen it before, and they're just going to keep running it into the ground. Take a break, do whatever, and you guys, take a break from all this too. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. Take a break, go outside, get some fresh air. I go outside multiple times a day. If you're ever on the phone with me and you hear that door, that's me walking outside. Why? Because I'm going to walk around, I'm going to talk, and I'm going to get some fresh air. Gets me out of the house. Wow, I thought I was pessimistic. Go out and get some fresh air. Kronos. Love you, brother. Guys, take care. Be excellent to each other. Always speak friend to enter. We see you tomorrow for a little YouTube talk here on Mornings of Mischief. Go and tuck and roll.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.